we all have to practice what we preach. I know I have to stay on my own self about doing certain things that I already spoke about. And sometimes it can be hard if it's something that you had been dealing with for some time, especially like habits and different things of that nature. It can become harder if you don't get out of that, that rut of doing things the same way as you've always done it. So we have to practice what we preach. Excuse me. Also, we have to watch what we say that comes out of our mouth because our tongue is very powerful. And we also should not forget when we go through that type of thing, we shouldn't go and tell the next person the same thing of what they can't do or what's not going to work for them or what have you, because a lot of times if that individual already themselves have dealt with that same thing. So when you've already dealt with something and you've already been into something, like I come on here a lot of times and say things out of my experiences as well, right? Because it's like the Lord leads me that way. So if it's something that a person that has already dealt with, went through, don't forget the simple fact that you've already gone through it, and for you to counteract what you said to say something to someone else, be very careful. Um, you can't, you shouldn't forget what you say. Always practice what you preach. If you've dealt with something where somebody have told you that you're not going to make it, and if you do it this way, it's not going to turn out right. Um, you're not going to get far. If you do it in a certain manner or whatever. If a person has told you that same thing before, why would you want to go and repeat that cycle and say that to someone else when you know the struggle, right? Because when people tell you something that's, like you may as well say like downing you. That's because that's really actually what it is. That you're not going to get out of a rut, whatever that you were in, or you're not going to get past what it is that you want to get past. Like say for instance YouTube, when they talk about you're not going to get past a certain amount of subscribers, or you're not going to get views or whatever if you do whatever that you do, keep doing what you're doing, and this, that, and the third. That a thing of that caliber should not be even processed out of an individual's mouth, especially if they've already gone through it. Every person is different. Every person's life is different. Everything, period, is different. We are not the same. People in general are not the same. God made everybody differently, right? And their lifestyle and lives, period, are different. So, we have to be careful when we speak upon things on people, because whether you know it or not, they are curses. And curses can go both ways. They can go a good way, or they can go a negative way, a positive way or a negative way, a right way or a wrong way. So, you have to be careful. You have to be careful what you speak out of your mouth, because your mouth is very powerful, and life and death lies in the power of your own tongue, right? So, whatever you speak, that shall it be, right? So you have to be careful with what you say, because you can be speaking curses over people's lives. Also, you don't, even though people do that to an individual or a person when they try to speak a certain thing over their lives, it doesn't mean that you have to accept it. It's just like the enemy, right? Because the enemy sends people to say certain things or whatnot, out of their mouth. But if you reject that, right, and resist it. Like the Bible speaks, resist the enemy and he'll flee from you. If you reject and resist, just like the enemy does you, and if anybody else do you the same way, like the enemy does, because it's the same thing, um, reject it. Um, don't accept the fact of what they're saying. Now, if you want to be that stuck in that manner, in that situation, and believe what they say, that you are or aren't or going to be or are not going to be, then so be it. That's what you'll get, right? But yeah, do resist the enemy and reject what he's saying and speak positive things over your own life. Speak life over your own life in situations, whether it's sickness, disease, whatever it may be, physical, mentally, whatever. Speak life over yourself. Speak positivity over your life, period. In anything that you want to do, anything that you want to accomplish, any goal that you want to set for yourself. Speak life. Do not believe in the enemy's words or people's words. Oh, excuse me. Um, because they shouldn't define who you are or what your life, is going to turn out to be. It's not. It's not something that you should agree with, right? So you come out of agreement, like you come out of agreement with the enemy, come out of agreement with negativity and negative people, right? And their concepts and their own opinions and things of what they feel, what they think, and the assumptions, So I just want to leave you with that. That was bearing in my spirit, and you all have a good, blessed night whenever you're watching this video, and be encouraged by it.